For someone who doesn't want to remember prompts and doesn't want to remember how to do things, they just want things done. A whole bunch of different things that you can do. If you want to plan your content, if you want to create your message, then in general, you've got a whole bunch of things to do to run your business. And Writeflow does all of that. This is such a useful piece of information for me to video on. But the great thing about Writeflow is that it never produces AI slop.
Hey, it's Ronsley. Welcome, you AI geek, to Amplify AI.
So this is Writeflow. It's just a combination of really cool things. For someone who doesn't want to remember prompts and doesn't want to remember how to do things, they just want things done. So Writeflow is this baby that I've been working on for the last 3 years. We've had different versions of Writeflow. There was the original Writeflow version, which many people bought, and they bought for a lot of money, the Google Doc. So this was Writeflow, and this is the version that most people bought. And like I said, for a lot of money at $2,000 a license. This version of Writeflow that when you click here, it can do a whole bunch of different things, right? But it does it in your voice style, it does it for your audience, and it's specifically for businesses. So once you set it up, you can do a lot of things. And this was the first version. Now that has changed to this beautiful new version. And what you're seeing right now is in a production version, but it can do lots of things. And it's got like 140 workflows. And the great thing about Writeflow right now is a development team behind it. So it's going to keep improving. There's going to be support. So any issues that you have as well, we're going to be able to handle them. We've got a feedback loop here as well, where you can give us improvement suggestions and things that are not working so that we can fix them. So all that is right now inside Writeflow, but let me tell you what it can do. It's a whole bunch of really cool workflows. Now, workflows are things that you run to achieve an outcome. So in this instance, knowing your market. So a whole bunch of different things that you can do. If you want to plan your content, a whole bunch of things that you need to do. If you want to create your message, there's a whole bunch of things that you can do to create your message. A whole bunch of really cool things that you need to do, or important workflows that you have to run yourself to close the deal. And then in general, you've got a whole bunch of things to do to run your business. And Writeflow does all of that. Another section here, which is really, it's a lot of thinking, I suppose, for the AI to do. So this is in the Pro, it's more about thinking bigger and allowing yourself to ideate and build a better business. So those are all workflows. But the great thing about Writeflow is that it never produces AI slop. Anti-AI slop engine on the inside also makes sure that it writes in your voice style. You can put guardrails on exactly what you're creating, and you can make sure that it's writing in your voice style. For example, we've calibrated our voice style to make sure that it has Writeflow instructions, but we've kind of put certain things in here, including write in Australian English, which is important for us. And then, we have a bunch of guardrails, never do this, never do that. And that's what it looks like. Writeflow is really cool, especially if you're a business founder in particular, and you've got a team or you're doing it alone, it doesn't matter really, and you've got a whole bunch of things to do. And I've not even included, accounting and financial analysis and all these other things that businesses have to do, but Writeflow does that. So that's a little bit about Writeflow here. You can favorite some of your workflows in here. For the Pro version, which is what I'm on, we've got playbooks. Playbooks are a string of workflows that are put together. So the output of one becomes the input of the other, and with recursive workflows. And in April, our goal is to increase our playbooks. So I'm going to come here to all workflows. I'm going to start with the main and most important one, which is Profile Builder. And what it does is absolutely amazing. So when you come into Writeflow, the first thing I feel everyone should do is run a profile builder. And what it does is it helps Writeflow and helps you get your voice style and writing style so that Writeflow can match that. So here, what I want to do is, who we are and what we do. We are Amplify AI, and we exist to help businesses. And I'm just going to copy and paste. Okay. And I'm going to give it a sample of my writing. So the best way to do that is to find Amplify AI version. So this is a version of my book. I'm just going to copy and paste. And I'm going to come back into Writeflow and paste that here. And what I'm going to also say here, what content should always, and I would do always write in Australian English, and where appropriate, add professional. And then I'm going to hit generate content. So what it's going to do is going to take what I've just done and what I've put in there, and it is going to think about it and reverse engineer voice style, brand guardrails, things to say, things not to say, and it's done this great job, right? So this is your voice style, short sentences. So now the great thing about this profile builder is that you can literally save this to profile. So click on save to profile, and in my case, because I'm a pro, I have 10 profiles. So I can either update my current one or create a new one. So I'm going to create a new one, and straightforward business content voice has been saved. And that is now, if I go up here, I can come and change that to straightforward business voice content. And if you see what it's done is now it didn't really get my business target. If I were you, obviously I would change whatever, but it's done a great job. So I can just say save changes, and then I can run another command. So we've done profile builder. Let me run under know your market, topic breakdown, pros and cons. So topic breakdown, a really interesting workflow that you can use for different things. So if you're trying to explain something, for example, I want to explain the concept between thinking AI model and non, okay? And the goal is I want businesses to understand when to use, okay, and I say generate content. The great thing about Writeflow is you don't have to worry about the model or anything. It's just one thing. It does everything on the background. We've taken care of everything. So then it's kind of done this really great job at the pros and cons of reasoning models or thinking models versus instruct models, so non-AI thinking models, and who benefits most. So founders focus on efficiency and speed, consider non-thinking models. So if you want to do something quick, then use that. Founders dealing with complex strategic or analytical tasks benefit the most out of the thinking model. This is such a useful piece of information for me to video on. For example, but one click away from sort of doing a lot of the hard work and heavy thinking. So that's topic breakdown. So that's 2 of 140 workflows that I've just demoed. And there's a whole bunch of more to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ronsley. I'm building an AI company. I hope you join me for the ride. I will see you at work.
Hey, AI Geek. Thanks for listening. Your job doesn't stop here. I want you to lend your voice to the conversation. So you can join those conversations, discussions, new trainings, new recordings, and the rest of the AI Geeks by going to amplifyais.com. Also, share this podcast with a friend, another potential AI geek. Until then, much love.